Testing, testing, testing. So we should be live on YouTube. We should be live on YouTube, and let me just suss it out, guys. Let me just suss it out. Here we are. We are live on YouTube. So it's Sunday morning. Sundays are always my favorite days. Love Sundays. Let's just connect to Facebook. Alright, so we should be connected to Facebook. Let me just edit this. Gotta love Sundays, guys. Hey, love Sundays. Sundays is like, it's still one of my favorite. Well, I would say it's probably my favorite day. It's just like, you know, the weekend, you know. Hey, Mohammed. Yeah, it's like the weekend, you've got to go to work, but the thing is, you know, I don't have to go to work, but you still enjoy Sundays, right? Sundays is like everyone goes shopping, everyone goes spend some money, go to the shopping mall, chill out, family, go watch a movie, or go watch, get something nice to eat. Yeah, everyone knows Sundays, right? And then, but for most of the people, they're going to work, right? They're going back to work. Hey Sangram, hey James, how you guys going? Hey Sangram, mate, going buddy? Yes, good. Been very busy, mate. Been very busy. Hi James. So yeah, so basically, in this quick live stream, because what we're doing is we're going to go to. I done some work this morning, and then we're going to go to the shopping centre. Speaking of shopping and spend some money and pay a few bills, and then we're going to go and get something to eat. There's a nice Japanese restaurant there, and we always go to this Japanese restaurant, and then we might watch a movie, and then I'll come back, do some more work. So yeah, this is today's it's good. This is the lifestyle. This is the life of an entrepreneur. You just make money, like, you know, digital nomad, entrepreneur, whatever you want to call it. You just set your own hours and you just get the work done, and then that's it. So this is the life, guys. This is it, man. This is what it's all about. This is why we work so hard. We don't work jobs. We get paid on the value that we deliver. All right. We don't get paid on the time that we put in, right? And we don't clock in. We don't exchange we don't flip our time for dollars, right? How we make money and how all the biggest people in the whole world ever became billionaires and millionaires and squillionaires is they delivered value. They get paid on the direct value that they contribute to the world. So that's what it's all about, guys. People are sending me stuff. So please don't send me any links, all right? Please, I'm saying this nicely because I will just block you, all right? There's no second chances. I don't want to block people, but hi, Sawadee Krap, how are you going, Ralph? Hey, Bargain Hunters, Paradise, how you going, mate? And hi, Joshua. So in September, these are the this ICO. The first one's like the very close to September, so it was like the 28th. So I'm just gonna 28th, 29th, I think it was. So I'm just gonna count this as a September ICO. So I spent in September ICO investing. I'm gonna put 100 Ether. Okay, so 100 Ether is my target for, it's my budget for September. And this is all inside. You'll see all my picks inside ICO Gold Rush. All right. But speaking of that, have a look at the promo video I did. So it's pretty cool. So that's the ICO Gold Rush Lambo. Not really, but anyway. Anyway, so back to this. The first ICO, when I count this as the first ICO for September, I put in 20 Ether, which was about, I don't know, maybe times 20. Yeah. Oh wow, it's a lot more than I thought. 7,000. Actually, the price of Ether keeps on going up, so I put in 20 Ether. This one's a really solid one, but it's 336. So, but it's going to take a couple of months for me to get the tokens. Okay, so that's the drawback, but it's still a very, very solid times 20. So I put 7,280 into this first one based on today's prices. So I'll just put it there. 7,280 into this first ICO. It's really solid all around. It ticks all the boxes. The price is cheap compared to what they're actually doing in the project. It's a huge project, massive exposure both in the partnerships they have. They have some big partnerships. Like I'm talking massive partnerships. I'm talking like not just, you know, I'm talking some big companies. Huge exposure, both all over the media. I mean, I don't know. I'm not going to say what the ICO is, but I mean, you probably heard of it. Okay. This is a really good project. They've already got a working model. I'm hoping to 5x my money on this one. So if I can get back 100 ether, that'll be nice. That'll be about 40 grand, give or take, 35 grand. So that'll be good. But I think it's potentially, if the longer that I hold on to this first one, the more money I'll make. This will go 10x. Oh, no doubt. I'm just looking at the numbers now. Oh, no doubt. This thing's gonna at least 20 or 30x. Like I'm talking about within a year, it's gonna 20 or 30x. But I mean, I don't want to wait. Maybe I might just, what I might do with this one is I might just pull my profits out. So I might just, if I want it to 5x fast. See, so what we're doing is all we want to do is when we the whole goal with ICOs is just to basically we evaluate the ICO. So this is really this is really important. What we want to do is we want to evaluate the ICO based on a lot of metrics, and then we want to figure out, and this is really all we're doing with these ICOs. It's a startup. We figure out all the metrics. We figure out all the stuff that's good with it, and you know the people are going to follow through and all that sort of stuff. The ICO, you buy into the ICO, then when it launches, if they finish the ICO stage, we've gone through all the stages, all the phases in the actual ICO itself. But let's just say, for example, they finish the ICO, it's done and dusted, and then in the roadmap they've already also got, like, you know, they're going to list on some of the major exchanges. Now this particular ICO, this one here that I put in 20 ether, I think it's going to get on Bittrex. It's that big. It's got some very good exposure behind it. So I'm hoping if it gets on Bittrex. If it gets on Bittrex, it's going to easy 5x within the first day. Easy. All right, because it's got so much weight behind it and so much pull. And one of the partnerships that actually went in with, well, one of the investors, they're big, massive in the blockchain, so blockchain community. So it's got the pull to get into Bittrex. So if it gets into Bittrex, it'll 5x on the first day. But this is what we want to do when we evaluate these ICOs. All we're really evaluating is whether the project's going to go past the ICO stage, then it's going to go to like where they get all the money, they start to invest that money into teams, into building out all the stuff that they're going to say in the roadmap, and then they list it onto the exchange. And this space will probably take 2 months, sometimes a month. So that's what we're risking with our money, right? So all the risk is, and how we decrease that risk is through the evaluation of the ICO. This is very important. So really that's all we're doing. We're just throwing some money at something that is potentially a good project that's going to do what they say within the first 2-3 months. We're going to get our money back. We're going to, it's not hard to double our money in ICOs right now. That may change in the future, but that's really all we're doing. And then what we're doing is we're taking that money, we're flipping it, we're taking that money again, and we're redoing the same thing. So really we've only got probably about a 2 month of risk that we've got our money at. But based on the evaluation, you know, you can feel confident. I'm confident about this one. Very confident. But what I might do with this particular ICO that I put in 20 ether is because this one is so good, long term it's like, what's the word? I rate this one long term as like, you know, I wouldn't say guaranteed, but this is a very, very long-term project, and it's a very good project. And the longer it goes, the better it gets. Like a wine, right? The longer you keep it, the sweeter it tastes. And this is exactly like this project. But, you know, we want to just make our money and then just take our... So what I might do with this first ICO is I might keep the 20 Ether in there worth of tokens and sell the rest of the tokens at profit. So if I make double my money on it, which I think it'll easily double my money, I'll take 20 Ether out, I'll keep 20 Ether in. Because I think this one can go to 20 to 30x over time in 12 months. Very, very easily. Because it's such a huge, huge project. So that's what I might do with this particular one. But if it 5x's, I'll take out 80 Ether, leave 20 in, and I'll use the rest to invest. So the second one, 15 Ether, this one's also a good project. It's not as big as the first one, but I think the potentially it's bigger, if that makes sense. Like the overall picture of the ICO is bigger than the first one, but they're certainly not at that stage at the moment. So it's a good ICO, excellent team, good price. I think I can at least 3x, And when I'm saying hoping to 3x, I'm talking about 3x my money. I guess you could say 3x my money. Let's just keep it at that. 3x my money, so 2 times profit. Well, I could have just said two times profit. But 3x is good. If I can 3x my money, that means I get 2x profit. I'm hoping to do that within the first couple of weeks. So what happens is when the ICO launches on the exchanges, and what exchanges that it launches on, it makes a big difference as well. So this is all part of your evaluation, right? If they say that they're in negotiations with Bittrex or Polo, that's a big deal because they got the volume. So if you know that if they get on Polo, which is very, very unlikely, but well, I mean, I'm talking about generally in ICOs, after they finish the ICO stage and then they become like a full-fledged token. If they're like negotiating with Polo or negotiating with Bittrex, and they're like almost cemented the deal, or they say that, you know, they've got a good chance of getting in. I mean, they can't say they're guaranteed because they don't know yet. But if they are, and it does get on Bittrex, like it's going to easily double my money, 2 or 3 year money within the first day, easily. So this is some of the things you got to think about. So ICO2, so that's 35 Ether. 15, so then I'm looking at 15 times 364, 546, yeah, because Ether has dropped before. This was a lot more before. This is based on the Ether. 546. This was when I did this, it was more like 5.7, so Ether's dropped a bit. So that's what that one cost me. And this last ICO, I did this one last night. This one was a quick decision. Really, this whole ICO, this last ICO I did last night, I literally did this evaluation within 15 minutes. And I looked at it, I'm like, this ticks all the boxes. Like, it's such an awesome ICO. I'm like, it's so under the radar. It just low supply, cheap price, no competition. I really like this one, and it's very unique, and no one's doing it, right? So I really like this one. It is geographically Pacific, right? So there's another little tip for you. This one was geographically Pacific. So this, by it being geographically Pacific, this was actually what closed the deal for me and why I chose it, because it had to do with the laws of the country or of the region. And because this ICO was specific to that region, and the laws in that, particularly in that region, will make this ICO work because of the government regulations they just passed in that particular region, which makes this a winner, right? So that's why I got into this one. It's even if the government didn't pass these regulations, I I still would have invested in, but just because they passed it, it forces business to this ICO. Okay, but by the government passing these regulations, it forces business to this ICO, because what this ICO does, it solves a problem. So that's why I went for it, and I like it. I really like it. So I only put 5 Ether in this one, because I've already got plans to do other. So that was my smallest one so far, 1820. Now that brings the total to 40 Ether. No. 20, 30, yeah, 40 Ether. I can't count. So I've spent 40 Ether so far, and I've got another so far, and then I've got another 60 Ether to spend. Okay, I'm just looking at my it's not enough. I wish I had. Look, I don't want to sell other stuff to get it, because I don't want to sell. Like, I don't want to sell my other stuff, my other coins. I certainly don't want to sell my big coins, but it's very, very tempting, because these current ICOs that are in September, which you'll actually find what these are, and you'll actually be able to get into these. Some of them, these ICOs are killers. They're in my opinion, they're gold. They're gold, and there's so many here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 left. So I don't know what I'm gonna do. I've got 60 Ether and 9 ICOs I can go in. So I'm gonna have to pick the best, and then put 10 Ether in each one. Pick 6 and pick 10. I don't know. I might be able to pull some more Ether out of somewhere else. I don't really want to, but I think that some of these, one particular ICO, I think it's going to 10x. 10x is like, that's the creme of the creme, if you want to call it creme of the creme. 10x, and I think it'll 10x in the first day. So I'm very, very tempted to sell. Very, very tempted to sell my Stratus, or very, very tempted to sell my Neo, or very, very tempted to sell my OMG, because I know that this particular ICO is going to freaking 10x. It's all about decisions, but then there's a risk to it too, right? So I mean, if I put in, it's going to 10x. So put in 10 Ether, it's going to 100x. There's no question this is going to 10x. So these are the ones you want. They don't come around too often. So very, very excited, guys. I'm very, very excited, because even though that this will be September's, you know what, October's coming, then November, then December, and then next January. We're just warming up with ICOs, guys. We're just warming up. So basically what you do with ICOs is you buy my course first, you research them, go through every single one and research according to the criteria that I'm giving you. That is just a small component of the course. There's over 30 videos, 2 hours of pure content that I've created for you, so then you're up to speed with everything. I'm seeing people now promoting stuff and they have no clue. Like, they're telling people to promote the stuff and they don't have, what they're promoting, it's a ball buster. It's a dud. It's a dud. They're putting their money into a dud. They're putting their money into an ICO that is going to screw them, because there's one particular thing about this particular ICOs that will make it a flop. It's a totally a void. Do not even go near it. People are putting money into it because they don't understand the ramifications of the actual ICO, right? So this is what I'm seeing happening, right? So anyway, I'm not touching those ICOs. I'm not touching them. There's plenty to go around. Not interested in ICOs that are very speculative or are considered this particular thing, because then if you buy into them, you're not going to be able to sell your tokens. You're screwed. So this is what I'm talking about. If you buy the course, I'll show you exactly why not to invest in these particular ICOs, because you're going to do your money, right? And then once you do your money, they're going to be like, oh shit, I should have bought the course, you know. And then you look at how much money you lost, you think, well, that's, you know, if I would have bought the course is going to be cheap. The price is going to be discounted. Not say cheap. The price is going to be discounted, and then it's going to go up next time we open. So I'm very excited because this is only September. We got October, November, December. I want to get to 7 figures with ICOs. That's my goal. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to achieve. Okay, I just don't know the time frame. All right, this is my goal with ICOs. I will get to 7 figures. I'll get to the $1 million mark with ICOs. It's just a matter of time. I don't know when. Just a matter of time. All right. But then once you get to that level where, you know, you're playing with 100 G's, it's not hard to get to that level, right? I did a video on this not long ago. You start with 4 Ether, 11 flips, you get to $1.28 million, right? But then once you're playing with $100,000 or $200,000 in Ether, all right, and you go into good ICOs, which will at the minimum double, 2 or 3x. It's not hard. Can you see how it's not hard to get? It's just numbers in your head. That's all it is. It's just numbers in your head, right? And what makes you hesitate is the value that you give that number, that digit in your head, because you've never had that sort of money in your life, right? And then you think, and then you pull back. You pull back from that, and you go, oh, you know, I just spent, you know, 100 grand on 3 ICOs. Oh my God, right? You start, but it's just figures in your mind, right? It's your thought and value that you put on that particular transaction. It's just a transaction. That's all it is. All right. So this is what you're going to have to get past psychologically, because once you start making profit, and then you start to get bigger and bigger, if you don't start to think bigger, then you won't get to the 7-figure level. If you were already thinking big and you already, you know, investing big and took the big risks, you'd already be at 7 figures, right? But you're not. And the reason why is because we're not thinking big enough. We're not taking the actions. So that's what I'm here for, to help you get to that level. I want people that want to get to the 7-figure level like me. So it's just food for thought. I'll put all this stuff into the back office once I get back tonight, and I just fix up a few things. And we're pretty much ready to go. We'll just do a few more testing, and then we're good to go with the site. And we'll launch it on the 7th of September. So really, you know, when it comes down to it, guys, that's what I want. I want people to get to this level, get to 7-figure level. I don't know what you want to do with 7 figures. You can buy your own Lambo, do what you want, right? That's up to you. But I really just want people that are serious, that want to get to the 7-figure level, because that's what I want to do. And if you're a good fit, definitely buy the course. Now the course has a money back guarantee. I'll explain the money back guarantee on the when we launch. But there is a money back guarantee with the course of what you paid. So you're safe with that purchase. Again, you won't need the money back guarantee. All right, if you take the course and you implement it, you won't need to. You'll be laughing. You'll be laughing to me and going, money back guarantee. I just made, like, you know, whatever. You'll be laughing at this money back guarantee. But I know that there's people that are skeptical and never made money online before. So really, this is just for you people that think that it's beyond reach of that you can actually make, you know, a lot of money with ICOs. This is for those people, for those people. Okay, so very, very excited, guys. I can't wait till next year, because ICOs are either going to blow up. You know, it's going to be in, I don't know where we'll go with ICOs. It's going to be 10, 15, $100 billion industry very, very soon. So looking forward to it. So with that said, have a great day. We're going to go shopping and probably go see a video. Yeah, 12 runs is ambitious. 12 runs is not ambitious, Daniel, because you can easily double your money if you pick the right ICOs, and if you keep on doubling up your money, right, you'll get to watch the video I've got on 11. Watch the video. If you start with 4 Ether and you double up every time for 11 times, you get to $1.328 million. 11 times is actually That's only doubling up, mate. Okay. It's if you pick the right ones, you'll easily double your money. All right. So you'll actually once you actually get through the thoughts with the ICOs and actually do a couple and get the returns, then you'll actually realize it's not. But what the challenge is taking that money and going to the next one with all your profit. That's the challenge, because most people won't do that. They'll get to a point, they'll hit a level and go, oh,